Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa ta'min bil khair. Tamarinu, exercises. Iqra waktub, read and write. What does that mean? Read and write. That means now you will read and write with me. And after you complete this lesson, then inshallah, you will read it and write it by yourselves. And we know that in this lesson, our focus is on the second person, singular masculine, and second person, singular feminine. And for the masculine, we use the attached pronoun that we use is ka. And for the feminine, we use the attached pronoun that we use is ki. So it will be kaifa halu. Now we have to look at the person that we are talking to. So if the person is masculine, we will say kaifa haluka. Kaifa haluka ya abi. How are you, oh father, or oh my father? And then we have kaifa halu, and now we see ummi, as we can see over here. So for the feminine, what do we say? We say kaifa halu ki, right? Kaifa haluki ya ummi. So our focus in this lesson is basically on the attached pronouns, and we know that for the second person singular, for the masculine we use ka, and for the feminine we use ki, and that is for the singular. And then we have aynabnu. Okay, now we are addressing Zainab. So of course Zainab is feminine. So what do we say? Aynabnu ki ya Zainabu. Where is your son, O Zainab? And she says, Dhahaba ila al-masjidi. He went to the masjid. So now we can see over here, Dhahaba is used for the past tense, and it means he went. Dhahaba ila al-masjidi. He went to the masjid. Now we are addressing to Amina. So it says, Aina bintu ki ya Aminatu. Where is your daughter, or where is your girl, O Amina? And she says, Dhahabat ilal madrasati. She went to the school. So for the feminine, we know that we use Dhahabat, singular feminine, she went. So it will be Dhahabat in the end, ta is sakin. And for the masculine, it will be Dhahaba. So Dhahaba, he went, and Dhahabat, she went. Liman hadhihi as-sa'atu al-jamilatu. Who is this beautiful watch for? And we know that as-sa'atu al-jamilatu is adjective phrase. We have al-mawsufu, al-man'utu, and wasifatu, or we say an-na'atu. So we have noun and adjective. And we will see that here hadhihi as-sa'atu al-jamilatu will be the subject, and liman will be predicate, because we know jar and majroor cannot be subject. They will always be predicate. Even if we use them in the place of the subject, they will not be subject. Ahia, okay, now we are addressing to Fatima. So first we have to look at the one that at the addressee, or the person that we are addressing to. So now we are addressing Fatima. So we will say, Ahia, laki ya Fatimatu. Does it belong to you, or Fatima? Naam, yes. Hiya li, yes, it belongs to me. And again here, subject and predicate, we have to focus on that as well. Now, the person that we are addressing to is masculine, ya Muhammadu. So it will be ahada qalamuka, right? Ahada qalamuka, ya Muhammadu. And Muhammad says, la hada qalamuka anta. Now we have a beautiful expression over here. It says hada qalamuka. If we say hada qalamuka, this is your pen, the meaning is clear, right? And then why do we have anta over here? Okay, so the first thing we say hada qalamuka, and then we have anta. So this anta is basically used for two reasons. The reason that it is used here for is to clear the ambiguity. If there is something not clear, or something is unclear, or something is ambiguous, so it is used to clear the ambiguity, and also it is used for the purpose of emphasis. For the purpose of emphasis, inshallah, we will start from book number 2. And here in this book, the focus is on clearing the ambiguity. So, هذا قلمك يا محمد. So when someone asks Muhammad, that is this your pen, So he says, La hadha qalamuka anta. So he says, no, it's not my pen, it's your pen. So basically, to clear the ambiguity. But if you say to someone, Kaifa haluka, how are you? And if you say, Kaifa haluka anta, that means now you are using it for the purpose of emphasis or to single out one person from the others. So you say, Kaifa haluka anta. And similarly, if you're talking to a feminine, you will say, Kaifa haluki anti. So we have to make sure that we change the endings as well. So to the singular feminine, you will say, Kaifa haluki anti. And to masculine, you will say, Kaifa haluka anta. So we know that basically there are two ways to clear the ambiguity. Number one, we use harf al-munada, yani we use ya. So when we use the word ya and ya Fatimatu or ya Muhammadu or ya Bilalu, and then it becomes clear that we are pointing towards this person. But if it's not clear, then the second way is to use the pronoun which matches the pronoun that has been used before. So this is detached pronoun and this is attached pronoun. So the detached pronoun must be equal to the attached pronoun. For example, if you say qalamuka, you say anta. If you say qalamuki, you say anti. So we need to be careful about this as well. تلك السيارة الجميلة التي خرجت. And now we can see that kharajat is sakin, left or went out. And what's the rule when we connect sakin with al? Does anyone remember? When we connect sakin with al, what do we put? We put kasra. So we have discussed this like several times. So whenever the word is sakin and we connect it with al, we have to connect it with kasra. So kharajatil ana min al madrasati lil mudiri. So tilka siyaratul jamilatu, that beautiful car, allati kharajat. So because car is feminine, so that's why we will use allati. That left or went out now, min al madrasati, from the school, lil mudiri, it belongs to the manager. Then the next one we have anta muhandisun ya sayyidi. Are you an engineer, sir? So sayyidi is basically used to like to call upon someone like saying sir. Yeah, so anta muhandisun ya sayyidi, dear sir or oh sir, are you an engineer? And he says la ana tabibun, no, I am a doctor. Then we have anti tabibatun ya sayyidati, and for the feminine, oh madam, are you a doctor? And she says la ana mudarrisatun, no, I am a teacher. Okay. Okay, so the question is to tell the meaning of line number 2. Tilka sayyaratul jamilatu, that beautiful car, allati kharajatil ana, that left now, minal madrasati, from the school, lil mudiri, belongs to the manager. So that's what I think you mean, the translation of this sentence. And allati is basically used to connect two sentences or two clauses, as we say, and it should refer to the noun that we are using it for. So if we have a noun, masculine noun over here, then we have to use alladhi. For example, if you say ذلك القطار ذلك القطار الجميل, so you will say alladhi kharaja. So you have to change everything. So if you are talking about the beautiful train, then you will say alladhi. And if you are talking about something feminine, then we will say allati. اقرأ كل جملة. Kullun is also used as mudaf, so that's why we can see that it is kulla jumlatin, as we know that it is mudaf, so it will be light, it will not take tanween. And iqra is fi'l al-amr, it's a command, and we know that after the command, the noun is always mansoob, so that's why it has fatha over here. Iqra kulla jumlatin min al-jumal al-atiyati, from the following sentences. Thumma iqra'ha, then read it marratan ukhra, for the second time. Then read it for the second time. بعد التغيير, after changing al-munada, the one who is being called, كما هو موضح في المثال, as it is explained in the example. So basically what we have to do over here now, we have to change the pronoun in the following sentences to feminine as explained in the example. So this translation is different from what I translated, because what I translated is the real word by word translation. And this is the literal meaning where it clears that what we have to do. Basically, we have to change from masculine to the feminine. So for example, Aina qalamuka ya abi, where is your pen, O father? And Aina qalamuki ya ummi, where is your pen, O my mother? So now we can see here that when you are talking to the mother, you will say qalamuki, and when you are talking to your father, then you will say qalamuka. A'indaka qalamun ya Muhammadu, do you have a pen, O Muhammad? And now you're asking Amina, ya Aminatu. So you're asking, do you have a pen, O Amina? So how will we say? A'inda, a'indaki, right? A'indaki qalamun ya Aminatu. Yes, excellent. So do you have a pen, O Amina? Aina baytuka ya Sayyidi, where is your house, sir? And now you're talking to Sayyidati. So how will we say? Aina baytu ki. Excellent. Aina baytu ki. Ya Sayyidati, where is your house, oh madam? Ahada daftaru laka ya Aliyu. Does this notebook belong to you, O Ali? And now you're talking to Fatima, so you will say Ahada daftaru laki ya Fatima too. So laka will change into laki ya Fatima too. Does this notebook belong to you, O Fatima? Min aina anta ya akhi, where are you from, O my brother? And if you're talking to a sister, then you will say Min aina anti ya akhti. Min aina anti ya akhti, where are you from, O my sister? Aina abuka ya Khalidu, where is your father, O Khalid? And when you are talking to Khadija, you will say Aina abuki ya Khadijatu, where is your father, O Khadija? And then we have Anta maridun ya Khali, are you sick, O my uncle? So it was Khalun, and then we have Ya al-Mutakallim, so it became Khali. It's the paternal uncle, that means the brother of father. Anta maridun ya Khali. And now we have Khalati. So Khalati, we can see over here, we have to change the subject, and we have to change the predicate. So it will be Anti maridatun. Anti maridatun ya Khalati. So we need to be careful, because when the subject changes, then the predicate also changes, because we know that subject and predicate are equal in gender. So the gender has to be the same. So here subject is Anta. So mother's brother. Yes, that's right. So yeah, Khali is mother's brother. So maternal uncle. Yeah, the numbers and the relationships in Arabic are always confusing, by the way. So even like, yeah, so it will be ya Khali, or my maternal uncle, and here it will be Khalati, or my maternal aunt. Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Aina bintuka ya Ammi, where is your daughter, or uncle? So this will be uncle, that will be the paternal uncle. And when you're talking to your aunt, then what will you say? Aina bintuki ya Ammati, where is your daughter, oh aunt? So in English, I think we use aunt, yeah, for both, but in Arabic and even in Urdu, we have different words. Alaka akhun ya Hamidu, do you have a brother, or Hamid? And now we are talking to Su'ad. So what will we say? Laki akhun ya Su'adu, do you have a brother, or Su'ad? Mada indaka ya akhi, what do you have, oh my brother? And when you are talking to sister, you will say Mada indaki ya ukhti. Assalamu alayka ya abi. And when you're talking to your mother, you will say Assalamu alayki ya ummi. Now this is the richness of the Arabic language, that we say even to the singular person, we say Assalamu alaikum. However, it's possible to say Assalamu alayka to singular person, masculine, and also to singular feminine. It is also possible to say Assalamu alayki. But then we talk about the rhetoric side, the the beauty of the Arabic language and the richness of the Arabic language. So that's why even to the singular person, what do we say? We say Assalamu alaikum. Whether the person is singular or feminine, singular or dual or plural or masculine or feminine, we always say Assalamu alaikum. Annith al-fa'ila. Annatha yu'annithu ta'nithan is to make something feminine. Now you have to focus on the verbs, and you see how many different types of verbs are over there. Yes, come for more people, exactly. But as I said, when you are saying Assalamu alaikum, then even for the single person, we can say that because this is the richness of the Arabic language. Annith al-fa'ila fi kullin min al-jumal al-atiyati. Now what we have to do, we have to change the verb to feminine. For example, kharaja Muhammadun min al-bayti. Muhammad went out of the house. And kharajat Aminatu min al-bayti. Amina went out of the house. The only thing that we need to, or two things that we need to notice over here, that kharaja, after that we have the verb, the doer, the fa'il. The doer is always marfu'. The doer is always marfu'. If I say kharaja min al-bayti, that means he went out of the house. But if you are saying Muhammad or Bilal or any other person, then we have to say kharaja Muhammadun min al-bayti, and the translation will be Muhammad went out of the house. Similarly, kharajat min al-bayti, she went out of the house. But if you have the doer, the subject, and we know the subject is always marfu, so we will say kharajat Aminatu min al-bayti. Now the meaning will change. The meaning will be Amina went out of the house. ذهب المدرس إلى الفصل. The teacher went to the classroom. Now you want to say the female teacher went to the classroom. So how will we say? ذهبت, right? It will change into ذهبت. خرج خرجت. ذهب ذهبت. And ذهبت المدرسة إلى الفصل. Yeah, and we know that ذهبت, the ending is sakin. And when we connect it with al, then we connect it with kasra. And we have to make sure that the doer is according to the verb, okay? If the verb is for feminine, or if in fact the doer is the feminine, the file is the feminine, then the verb will be feminine. And if the doer is masculine, then the verb will be masculine. ذهب أبي إلى المستشفى. My father went to the hospital. And now you want to say my mother went to the hospital. So how will we say? ذهبت أمي إلى المستشفى. My mother went to the hospital. So the verb will change according to the subject, as we can see over here. Now we know that Abi is marfu and Ummi is marfu, but we can't see Dhamma over here. We can't see Dhamma because of Ya al-Mutakallim, because we know after Ya al-Mutakallim, the noun changes from Dhamma to Kasra. Jalasa al-Talibu fil fasli. The students sat in the classroom, and we want to say the female students sat in the classroom. So we will say Jalasat al-Talibatu fil fasli. And then we have Kharaja akhi min al-bayti. My brother went out of the house. And now I want to say my sister went out of the house. So we will say Kharajat ukhti min al-bayti. Now here, there is no need to put kasra over here. There is no need. Why there is no need? Because after Kharajat, we don't have Hamzatul Wasl, or we don't have Al. We have Hamzatul Qati'. Hamzatul Qati' means that it has to be pronounced. You cannot drop it and you cannot connect it. It has to be pronounced. So that's why we say Kharajat ukhti min al-bayti. My sister went out of the house. Ta'ammal ma yali, reflect on the following. And this is what we have been discussing for a long time now. And this is what we have over here. Jalasat at-talibatu, the student sat. And we know that here ta is sakin. And when we connect sakin with al, or when we connect it with hamzatul wasl, then the rule is we connect it with kasra. So now we can see over here that we connect it with kasra. So it becomes jalasat at-talibatu, the student sat. So, and we have been discussing it for a long time. So inshallah, I'm sure you're used to it and you know it already. Iqra. And when we connect it over here, let's implement it straight away. So it will be Iqra il jumal al-atiyata. Read the following examples. So the first one is Manil fatal ladhi kharaja min baytika الآن هو ابن عمي. So manil fata, who is the young man, الذي, who, خرج, went out, min baytika, from your house, الآن, now. And you say هو ابن عمي, he is the son of my uncle. هو ابن عمي. So fata is used for young man, and for the young lady we say fatat. Manil fatatu, and allati, because fatat is feminine, and for the feminine we will use allati. For the masculine we use alladhi, and for the feminine we use allati. Manil fatati, it should be fatatu allati kharajat min baytika al-ana ya Muhammadu. And Muhammad says here bintu khalati, she is the daughter of my aunt. So kharajat min baytika. خرجت من بيتك الآن. So بيتك الآن يا محمد. So we have to focus on what? We have to focus on الذي, and we have to focus on التي. لمن. So how will I connect لمن with al? What should I put? لمن, and I will put kasra over here. لمن المفتاح الذي على المكتب. Who does this key belong to, which is on the desk? هو للمدرس, it belongs to the teacher. لمن الساعة التي على السرير هي لزوجي أختي. Who does this watch belong to, that is on the bed? هي لزوجي أختي, it belongs to my sister's husband. أكمل, again a different type of verb over here. So as of now, I would like you to focus on these verbs, and if possible, you can make a list of all these verbs that you're learning and try to memorize the meaning at least, and try to see like how to make fi'l al-amr. So it is akmil, and when we connect, we will connect it. Akmilil jumal al-atiyata, complete the following sentences. Biwada'i, by putting. Ismin mawsulin munasibin, by putting a suitable relative pronoun. Alladhi أو التي في الفراغ, in the blanks. So what we have to do now? We have to fill in the blanks using alladhi and allati. So al-kitabu, yes, please tell me al-kitabu. Should I use alladhi or allati? Quickly. Al-kitabu alladhi, al-kitabu alladhi. Okay. Did you notice something over here? That the hamza of alladhi and the hamza of allati is hamzatul wasl. Is what? Hamzatul wasl. Okay. So whenever you connect it, you don't pronounce it. It is always to be read like this. And alladhi, allati, and alladhina, all of them, their hamza is hamzatul wasl. It's basically al-lam tarif. And after the al, we have ta, and then we have two dots. So it is allati. And this is used for specific person. Al-kitabu alladhi ala al-maktabi lil mudarrisi, the book that is on the desk belongs to the teacher. Al-qalamu alladhi, right? Al-qalamu alladhi. So again, the pen that is on the desk. Al-qalamu alladhi fi haqibati maksurun. The pen that is in my bag is broken. As-sayyaratu, and for sayyara, what should we use? We have to use allati, right? Allati. السيارة التي خرجت من المستشفى الآن للطبيب الجديد. The car that went out of the hospital right now belongs to the new doctor. Al-kalbu, the dog, and we will say al-kalbu alladhi fi al-hadiqati maridun. The dog that is in the garden is sick. Al-fata. So al-fata, as we know that it's used for young man. So we will say al-fata alladhi. Al-fata alladhi. So now look, one more thing over here. Al-fata has standing fatha, right? Al-fata has standing fatha. Whenever we connect standing fatha or long fatha, whenever we connect long fatha or long kasra or long dhamma, whenever we connect them, they change into regular fatha, regular dhamma, and regular kasra. So it is what? Al-fata, right? It is al-fata. And when we connect it, how will we connect? We will say al-fata alladhi. Al-fata alladhi kharaja min al-masjid ala nabni nabnu al-mu'adhin. So the young man who went out of the masjid right now is the son of mu'adhin. who calls for prayer. Tilka al-battatu, that duck. So duck is feminine. So for feminine, what do we use? We use allati. تلك البطة التي تحت الشجرة لبنت الفلاح. The duck that is under the tree belongs to the daughter of the farmer. And now we can see تحت over here, and after تحت, the noun is majroor, and we know why it is majroor. البيت الجديد, and house is masculine. البيت الجديد, so it will be البيت الجديد الذي في ذلك الشارع للوزير. The house that is in that street belongs to the minister. الدرس, okay, the lesson. الدرس الذي بعد هذا الدرس سهل جدا. The lesson that we have after this lesson is very easy. من الفتاة, who is the girl. So fatat, as we know, is feminine. So for the feminine, what will we use? التي جلست أمام المدرسة. Who is that young lady who is sitting in front of the teacher? هي طالبة من ماليزيا. She is a student from Malaysia. أتلك الحقيبة, and حقيبة, as we know that it is feminine, so you will say أتلك الحقيبة التي تحت المكتب لك يا خالد. That bag that is under the desk, is it for you, O Khalid, or does it belong to you, O Khalid? And he says, لا هي لصديقي محمد. It belongs to my friend Muhammad. It will be لصديقي. So because Sadiq is majroor, so Muhammad will also be majroor because we are using it as a substitute for the friend. So this is also, inshallah, one of the things that we will learn later. But this is what is called substitute, and it means that we are using it just to make it clear. So for example, you say هي لصديقي, it is clear that it belongs to my friend. But if you want to make it further clearer, so you will say هي لصديقي محمد, it belongs to my friend Muhammad. So it is clear now. And because Sadiq is majroor, similarly, the substitute that we are using for will also be majroor. الكلمات الجديدة, the new words. العم, so it is أخو الأبي, the brother of father, that means paternal uncle. And for the feminine of al-ammu will be al-ammatu أخت الأبي, the sister of the father, that means paternal aunt. Then we have al-khalu, that means أخو الأمي, and so who is khal? That is the brother of the mother. And al-khalatu أخت الأمي, basically ummi, so that will be أخت الأمي. So khala is aunt, and she is the sister of the mother. Sayyidi and Sayyidati. Sayyidi means sir, and Sayyidati means madam. Mustashfa al-wilada, maternity hospital. We don't really have lots of new ideas in this lesson, so we will have only few examples from the Quran. So we have learned, first of all, that for the singular feminine, we use qalat. So here, al-malaikatu, we don't need to really discuss the gender of the angels. Only Allah knows, because sometimes it is used as masculine and sometimes it is used as feminine in the Quran. But our focus is on qalat, and we know that qalat is used for feminine. وقالت, and when we connect it with kasra. وإذ قالت الملائكة يا مريم إن الله اصطفاك وطهرك واصطفاك على نساء العالمين. So such a huge respect to Maryam alayhi salam. So the reason why I'm not stopping and I'm not saying istafaki, because we are focusing on ki. So because the address is to Maryam alayhi salam, that's why you see the attached pronoun that has been used is ki, over here and over here. So, and mention when the angels said, "O Mary, indeed Allah has chosen you and purified you and chosen you above the women of the worlds." So that is the honor of Maryam alayhi salam. فَلَمَّا وَضَعَتْهَا, وضعت is singular feminine, right? Similarly, قالت, ذهبت, جلست. فَلَمَّا وَضَعَتْهَا قَالَتْ, she said. And now, because we are not connecting with Rabb, so that's why there is no need to put kasra over here, and it is confirmed from the Quran. فَلَمَّا وَضَعَتْهَا قَالَتْ رَبِّ إِنِّي وَضَعْتُهَا أُنْثَى. وَضَعْتُ, I gave birth. So now you have learned both. You have learned ذهبت, that means I went. Similarly, وضعت, I gave birth or I put. Basically, وضع يضع, da, as we always learn, means to put. But it also means to give birth, because in Arabic one word can be used in different meanings. So here it is, I gave birth. So when she gave birth, she said, my Lord, I have given birth to a female child. So here we can see that we have wada'at, and here we have qalat, and here we have ki. So these are some of the examples of the attached pronoun ki, and also for the singular feminine that we have from the Quran. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.